Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anunta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a heart. And here I've used my 50% cotton and a 50% acrylic yarn, and I've used my 2.5 mm of the hook, and it looks like this. So let's begin. Okay, so for this one, I've taken this blend of a yarn. Now this yarn is a 50% cotton and a 50% acrylic yarn. And I'm going to use my 2.5 mm of the hook. So now, to begin with, let's have a slip knot. And now, we're going to chain up 33 0. So it's 1, 2, 3. And here it is. That's my 30 chains. And now I'm going to turn my work. So turn your work and you're going to have the back portion of this first chain. This is the back portion of my first chain. And this is the back portion of my second chain. Now I'm going to leave these two chains, 1 and 2. And I'm going to insert my hook into this third chain. So insert your hook into your third chain. Grab your yarn and make your first single crochet. Like this. And now I'm going to put my stitch marker here on this first stitch. So just take your stitch marker and insert it onto your first stitch, your first single crochet. So this is our first single crochet. And now for the next 26 stitches, next 26 chains, we're going to have one single crochet on each stitch or each chain. So this is our first single crochet, and into the next stitch or next chain, make your second single crochet. Into the next, make your third single crochet, and keep on doing one single crochet into each chain. And in total, you're going to have 27 single crochets until here, until the second last. This is my last chain. Until the second last chain, I'm going to have my 27 single crochets. So keep on doing one single crochet into each stitch, and you're going to have 27 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you here. And here it is. I have my 27 single crochets here, and I'm left with this last chain. Now here, on this 27th single crochet, we're going to put another stitch marker. So take your one more stitch marker and insert your stitch marker into that 27th stitch. So now you have to remember that this is your first stitch and this is your 27th stitch. And now into this last chain, we're going to have 3 single crochets. So insert your hook into your last chain and make 3 single crochets here. So it's 1, 2 and 3 single crochets like this. And now we're going to turn our work and we're going to insert our hook into this first chain because we're on the other side now. So we're going to go to the other side, and on this first chain, insert your hook, and make 1 single crochet here. Now this is going to be our first stitch for this side, and that's our first single crochet. And for that one, I'm going to put my another stitch marker. Like this. So that's our 27th stitch from this side. And then we have made our 3 single crochets into 1 chain. And then we have turned our work to the other side. And on this first chain, we have made this first single crochet. And now for the next 26 chains, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So in total, we're going to have 27 single crochets. So just like this side, keep on repeating your 1 single crochet into each stitch, each chain. And I'm going to meet you after my 27 stitches, which is going to be on here. So I'm going to meet you after my 27 single crochets. And here it is. I have my next 27 stitches on the other side as well. And now, as this is my 27th stitch, I'm going to put one more stitch marker here. And now we are here in this middle here, and here we're going to make another 3 single crochets. So insert your hook into this chain space and make 3 single crochets here. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Here it is. And now this is end of our round number 1. Now take out your this stitch marker and here we're going to insert our hook into this our first stitch, our first single crochet of our round number 1, and we will make 1 single crochet here. Put your stitch marker back on, and now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch for next 26 stitches. So in total we are going to have 27 stitches, 27 single crochets until here, until this last stitch. So keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch and you're going to have your 27 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you here. And here it is. I have my 26 single crochets and I'm here on my this last stitch. So I'm going to take out my this stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this last stitch, my 27th stitch, and we'll do my 1 single crochet here, and I'll put my stitch marker back on. Now we are here on this 3 single crochets. Now here we're going to have 2 single crochets on each stitch for this next 3 stitches. So insert your hook into your this first stitch of your this 3 stitches and make 2 single crochets here. So it's 1, 2, here again into the next stitch, make your 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and here into this last stitch make another 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2. So in total we're going to have 6 single crochets here. On top of this 3 single crochets we're going to have 6 single crochets. And now we are here on this side, on the other side, and we're going to repeat our this side, our first side. So take out your first stitch marker and make your first single crochet, put your stitch marker back on, and now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch and you're going to have your 27 single crochets until here. So keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. I'm on my this 26 single crochet and this is going to be my last stitch, my 27th stitch. I'm going to take out the stitch marker and we'll do my last single crochet here, and I'm going to put my stitch marker back on. And there's 3 single crochets here, and here just what we have done here, we're going to repeat the pattern. So here we're going to have 2 single crochets into each stitch. So on top of this 3 single crochets we're going to have 6 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2 into the next stitch, another 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and into this third single crochet 2 stitches. So it's 1 and 2. In total we have 6 single crochets here. Now this is the end of our round number 2. Now for the round number 3, take out the stitch marker and insert your hook into this first stitch and make your 1 single crochet and put your stitch marker back on. And now we're going to chain up 25 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So chain up 25 and we're going to go directly here on this stitch. On this stitch, take out your stitch marker and insert your chains here and make your 1 single crochet like this. Now put your stitch marker back on this single crochet, on this our last single crochet like this. And now into the 6 single crochets we're gonna have 9 single crochets. So here into the first single crochet at this side, do your 1 single crochet, into the next stitch do your 2 single crochets, into the third stitch make your 1 single crochet, into the fourth stitch make 2 single crochets, into the fifth stitch 1 single crochet, and into the sixth stitch make your 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and in total we have 9 single crochets here like this. Now take out your this stitch marker, and we are going to repeat our, make your 1 single crochet, put your stitch marker back on, and now we're going to repeat our this pattern. So just as we have chain up 25 here, we're going to again chain up 25, and we're going to insert our hook into this last stitch, and we will make our 1 single crochet here, and into the 6 single crochets we're going to make 9 single crochets. So first single crochet will be our 1 single crochet, and then second single crochet we will do 2 stitches into that second stitch. Into the third stitch we will do 1 single crochet, and into the fourth stitch we will do 2 single crochets. Into the fifth we are going to do 1 single crochet, and into the sixth, the last stitch, we're going to do 2 single crochets, and in total we're going to have our 9 stitches just like this side, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. I've made my this third round, and I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into this my first stitch, and we'll make my first single crochet here for our round number 4. Put your stitch marker back on, and now insert your hook into your first chain. Now this is my first chain, and I will insert my hook into my this first chain like this, and now we'll grab my yarn and we'll make my first single crochet here. And now we are going to make 1 single crochet on each chain, and in total we're going to have 25 single crochets on this chain part. In total we're going to have 27 single crochets, as this is our first single crochet. That's our first single crochet where we have put our this stitch marker, and this is our last single crochet. So 1 and 1 and plus 25. So here we're going to have 27 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my 27 single crochet. I'm going to do my last single crochet, and that's going to be my 27th single crochet here. So that's my last single crochet here on 1 stitch, and I'm going to put my this stitch marker back on. And now we are here on this portion, and here we're going to make 12 single crochets. So for the first stitch make 1 single crochet, for the second stitch make 1 single crochet, and for the third stitch make 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and again into the next stitch 1 single crochet, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, and into the next stitch, third stitch, we're going to make 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2. Again into the next stitch 1 single crochet, one single crochet, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, and into the last stitch 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and in total we have our 12 single crochets here. And now we are going to repeat exact same pattern on this side as well. Okay, so after my this round number 4, it looks like this. And now for the round number 5, I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, make my first single crochet, put your stitch marker back on, and now we're going to have 1 single crochet on each stitch until our this last stitch. So we're going to have 27 single crochets for this round number 5. And here it is. I have my 26 stitches, and I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker, and I will do my this last stitch, my 27th stitch, 27th single crochet here for my round number 5. Put your stitch marker back on, and now on this 12 stitches we're gonna have 15 stitches. So for that one, insert your hook into your first stitch and make your 1 single crochet, into your second stitch 1 single crochet, and into your third stitch 1 single crochet. Now into the fourth stitch we're gonna make 2 single crochets, so it's 1 and 2. Again, next 3 stitches 1 single crochet, so it's 1, 1 and 1, and into the fourth stitch we're gonna have 2 single crochets, so it's 1 and 2. Again, next 3 stitches we're gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch, so it's 1, 1 and 1, and into this last stitch we're gonna have 2 single crochets. And now we have our 15 single crochets here on this side, and we're gonna repeat this pattern on our other side. And here it is. I've made my stitches. Now for the round number 6, I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker, and we'll insert my hook into my this first stitch, and we'll make my first single crochet, and I will put my stitch marker back on like this. And now I'm gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch, and I'm gonna have 27 single crochets until my this last stitch. Here it is. I have my 26 single crochets, and that's gonna be my last single crochet, my 27th single crochet for this side, for this first side. I'm gonna put my stitch marker back on, and now here we have 15 single crochets on this side, and now we're gonna add up another 3, so we're gonna have 18 single crochets here. Now to add that 3 single crochets, I'm gonna have first 2 single crochets. I'm gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch, so it's 1 and 1. So first 2 single crochets, make 1 single crochet on each stitch. Now into the third single crochet I'm gonna have 2 single crochets, so it's 1 and 2. Now next 4 stitches we're gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch, so it's 1, 1, 1 and 1. Now here into this next stitch we're gonna have 2 single crochet into that stitch, 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2. Now next 4 stitches we're gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Make 1 single crochet on each stitch. It's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now into this next stitch we're gonna have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2. Now this last 2 stitches we're gonna have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1 and 1. And now we're going to repeat exactly the same pattern on this other side as well. And here it is. I have finished my this round number 6, and now for the round number 7. Round number 7 is going to be our last round, and for that one I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and I'm going to make 1 single crochet here for my first stitch. Put your stitch marker back on, and now make 1 single crochet on each stitch until you're this last 27th stitch. And here it is. I've made my 26 single crochets, and that's going to be my last single crochet, my 27th single crochet. Put your stitch marker back on, and now we are here, and on this 18 single crochets we're going to add up another 3, so we're going to have 21 single crochets here. So for that one, for the first 5 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet on each stitch, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So first 5 stitches, 1 single crochet on each stitch, and into the 6th stitch we're going to have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2. Again, next 5 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and into the 6th stitch we're going to have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 5 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now this is our last stitch, and into this last stitch we're going to have 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and we're going to repeat exactly the same on this other side as well. And here it is, it's all done. I'm going to take out my this stitch markers. I'm not going to need them. And now I'm going to cut my yarn. So I have your scissors, and cut your yarn and secure your this last stitch, and put your this loose end in, and make exactly the same the other part as well. So make 2 parts, and I'm going to meet you after my second part. And here it is, I've got my 2 parts ready, exactly the same. And now attach your part in this way, like this, and take the other part as well. Attach that one again in this way, and now insert your first part or your second part in this way. Take the second one, the middle one, and because this is from the outside, this will go from inside. So it's gonna be like this, then this way, and now like this. And what we have done here, we're gonna do exactly the same with this last part. So take this last part and insert it inside, then outside, and lastly from inside. And here it is, it's ready. And now we're gonna attach our these 2 parts from here and from here. So for that one, take your needle and insert your yarn inside your needle, and now I'm gonna go here on this white side because I'm having a white yarn in my needle. I'm gonna go to this white side, and I will simply insert my needle like this, grab it, now like this, and now we're gonna insert our needle into the second stitch this way, and we will take this middle part, this second color as well, into our needle, and we will go to this second part of our white part, and we will take our yarn and we will attach this too. Again, for the second loop, just do the same, and attach both the parts. See, now it's getting closed, and also you are taking both the parts. So insert your needle into both the colors, both the parts. One part, then this the middle part, and then this the third part. So actually 3 parts. And attach your work and tighten up your work so that the second color will be hidden inside. See, like this. And now I'm just gonna move this one a little bit aside, and we'll do this stitching here. So whenever you have an outer part like this, just move it aside. Even here, when you're gonna do your stitches here, just move this part, because this part is outer side. So you're gonna take your other color, your blue color. I'm gonna take my blue color, but you're gonna take your other color, the second color, and again start your stitches here. And then as this middle part is inside, attach this middle part, including this 2 outer parts like this, and then again leave this part aside and only put this 2 parts together. Here again I'm gonna put this aside, and I will attach only this 2 parts. I'm not gonna take 3 parts here. So only 2 parts, only this 2 white parts for next few stitches. Like this, and I'm gonna move it aside, just sticking out my needle, and it's here. And now as this part is coming up, this third part is coming up, I will attach both of it, sorry, all 3 of it together. And we'll close this one. And I will go until here. So keep on doing this stitches, keep on attaching this work, and I'm gonna meet you after this one here. Similarly with the second color, I'm just gonna move it aside a little bit, and I will insert my second color here, and I will take this both the sides with both the loops. And here it is. Now I'm gonna insert this soft toy filling inside. Now always remember not to put your feeling too tight and not too loose. Here again, I'm not gonna fill it too tight. Here it is, like this. And now I'm gonna finish up tying up this remaining part. And now for the loop, I'm gonna take my yarn and we'll make a slip knot. And now I'm gonna chain up 40 here, 40, 1, 2, 3. And here it is, I have my 40 chains, and I'm gonna cut my yarn and we'll secure this last chain and insert it somewhere here. like this, and put your this loose ends in. And for the tassel, take both of your yarn, and I'm gonna put around my fingers like this, and I'm gonna put it around my fingers for about 10 times. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, like this. And now I'm gonna cut my yarn, and I will leave it aside. And I'm gonna take only one color of my yarn and put it around here. Make a knot. And now I'm gonna need a needle here. And I'm gonna make a little knot in here. That's it, and my yarn will be secure. And now you can attach your yarn in here. Attach your this. And now I'm gonna cut this part, my tassel, and trim it. And here it is, your heart is ready. And I hope you're gonna like my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share, and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.